Okay, this video is to show the paper chromatography lab. The purpose of the lab is to show the separation of 4 different types of inks that are found in 4 different types of writing utensils. So to save time, I already pre-filled each test tube with 15 drops of water, and I also pre-labeled each filter strip. So this strip has a P for the permanent marker, followed by a D for the dry erase, I for ink, and V for vis-a-vis. So if you look at the directions, I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to measure up from the bottom of the strip 2 centimeters, and I'm going to make a line that is 2 centimeters from the bottom of the filter paper. Next, I'm going to take the dry erase marker, and again, using the dry erase marker, I'm going to measure from the bottom 2 centimeters up and make a line. I'm going to set that one aside. Next, I'm going to take an ink pen and I'm going to measure 2 centimeters up, draw my line, set it aside. And the last one will be a vis-a-vis marker. Okay, I got my 2 centimeters up. Gonna make my line. Now I'm going to take each strip and I'm going to place them in the individual test tubes. Make sure that they go to the bottom, they touch the water. Okay, I'm going to use the pipette to get this one down a little bit more into the water. Okay, now I'm going to set my timer. And every 2 minutes, I'm going to make some observations. Okay, to save time, this is after about a minute. You can see where, I'll take it out of the test tube rack. So this is almost at a minute. This is about 50 seconds worth. So you can see where the black ink is already separating into 2 separate colors. You should see a little bit of brown, maybe a little shade of purple there, and then some blue. So we'll put that again back in the rack. Meanwhile, all the 3 other inks aren't doing anything. Okay, this one here, this is the ink pen, and this one is the permanent. Okay, so the ink is just staying right there. And this one is the dry erase. So now it's been about a minute and a half. And again, to save on time, even though the directions say every 2 minutes to record and make observations, to save time from the results. This is an example of dry erase. This is an example of the permanent. And this is an example of the ink. But finally, you have a really good separation of the vis-a-vis marker. So like you have a lot of yellow here and then red, and finally the top there is still black. So the vis-a-vis marker is water soluble. That means that the pigments do break down and they do separate in a water solution, where the dry erase, the permanent, and the ink do not separate. So think about it. One of the questions that are being asked of you is to explain how you can apply this in your everyday world. So think about getting ink on clothing and how difficult it is to get it out of your clothing. Okay, so you want to answer those questions and complete your lab write-up. Okay.